What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Evan, and in this video I am going to be going over all of the trades that I took this week, and I'm also going to be going over the status of all of my funded accounts and my eval accounts. And at the end of this video I'm also going to be taking a payout so that you can see what that looks like. One of my accounts is payout eligible, and I will share that as well. But let's just jump right in. TradeZella here, you can see I took 2 losses earlier in the week. I stayed flat Tuesday and on Thursday, and then I had a nice green day on Friday. So the reason I stayed flat Tuesday and Thursday is because my computer was actually in the shop, so I didn't have my original setup. I accidentally deleted a bunch of stuff off my computer that I wasn't able to get back, unfortunately. So even on Monday and Wednesday, I wasn't able to trade how I normally do off my computer. I was trading off my phone, which I don't prefer. But yeah, so that's kind of why this week is a little wonky for me, to be honest. But you know what? We're still here. I didn't blow any accounts this week, and we're gonna come into this last one of the last full weeks of July swinging. But let's just jump into my accounts, the status of my accounts. So I have 5, this PA means funded. I got 5 funded accounts with Apex, as you can see here, and I have 2 evals that I'm trading. And then top 1, I have 2 instant funded accounts. And this one is a little, the most drawdown. This account has is in the most drawdown. I don't know how else to say that. But you can see this, my main account here, I am above 52,000. I've actually decided that anything above 52,000, I'm going to pay myself. So at the end of this video, I am going to share showing you what it looks like to take out a payout from these prop firm accounts. And I'm going to be doing that with Apex. All right, let's just jump into the trades. And like always, we are going to go over the A+ setup, or the ideal trade of each session first, and then I'll show you the trade that I took. So this is Monday. This blue line in all of my trades is the New York VWAP. This purple line is the overnight VWAP. And then this green line is actually the all-time high VWAP. So you can see I marked out the a key pivot level right here at the New York Open. You can see it kind of sold off a little bit, and then it came back up, retested, broke above that pivot just slightly, and then came down and closed once and then twice below that overnight VWAP. A great entry would have been going short there. Stop loss above the high of day and that pivot, targeting a 2.2R this low there. That was the A+ setup. I actually ended up I was taking a long. I actually entered right here, but I got stopped out by this wick right here, and you can see that right here. So I was playing off this pivot level, looking for longs. I was looking for a retest back to this, the kind of where the market was opening. So I marked out this pivot, broke below, and then it closed above the New York VWAP. And this is all of the trades that I took this week were on MNQ. And you can see I actually noted here. So when this happened, ES was already at its high of day. So I was just kind of expecting NQ to do that move. Maybe it was taking a little bit longer. So I had my stop loss below right here, and as you can see, I got stopped out on that big wick down, and then it did end up running to that. Didn't end up running this full how I marked it out here, but it did run to that that high of day, as you can see. So that was a loss. All right, Tuesday, I did not trade this day, and this would have been the ideal setup. So marked out this pivot. It's about 634. You can see it broke below, and it held over this purple overnight VWAP there. Then you have a close above this blue VWAP there. Enter. Nice stop loss under this swing there, targeting 1.4R. This level in the pre-market. Yeah, this was a really nice. This would have been a really nice trade. This kind of reaction off of this key level, That's such a great signal for me. I really love when it when price does that. All right. So Wednesday, this is the trade that I took, and then after I'll show you the trade that the ideal trade, the A plus trade. So marked out this pivot here. I was looking for longs. It broke below and held above that that overnight VWAP, closed above it, and then closed above the New York VWAP as well. Double close above VWAPs. Love that. I will take this trade every time, because more times than not, this will run and this will work. This one was just an unfortunate one. Did not work out in my favor, but that is okay. But entered there, had my stop loss below the low of the day, and as you can see, hit my stop loss and continued lower. That's why I really love when my stop losses are at invalidation points, because I know, if this price breaks this level, I no longer want to be in the trade. So that's exactly what happened. Got stopped out, and then the market just kind of sold off. The ideal trade would have been a short, and marking out this pivot here, and this, as I said before, this green line is the all-time high VWAP, so it's just VWAP anchored to the all-time high price. And you can see kind of came up, retested this pivot here, and then you have a close below 1, 2, 3 VWAPs. Great signal there for a short with a stop loss above that, the pivot, as well as the retest, targeting 1.5R. That would have been a really nice trade, and you could have gotten way more out of that move as well. All right, Thursday. I did not trade this day, but let's see what happened. So we have a New York open here, immediate sell-off, right? So anytime you see that big sell-off immediately, like, okay, like shorts are in control. So then you have a kind of a retest here. Didn't quite come up all the way, but again, you could just see, look at how many candles were like just kind of respecting this level, right? And then you finally have a break, and it's respecting this the purple overnight. No, it didn't touch it exactly, but again, you can see how well it's respecting this level. And then, yeah, finally closes below that New York VWAP. Perfect signal for me to enter. Boom, target 1.5R with a stop loss, decent stop loss above that high of day. This is a beautiful trade. I did not take this though, because I was flat this day. All right, so Friday. All right, first off, I want to talk about the A plus setup for this day. So you can see I wrote trade of 8 down. So I was at my computer. This is my first day back with my computer, with my setup, and I kind of marked out this pivot, kind of broke below it, and then and I was kind of just looking for a reversal back to this level. And honestly, I was targeting this purple overnight VWAP. So I had everything set up. I had my copier set up. I was ready to enter this trade, and as soon as I hit buy, I got an error message that trade of 8 was in maintenance and that I couldn't place an order at this time. And so I was pissed, because immediately I was trying to get in this, because I was like, bro, I feel like I just had a feeling this is a great entry for me. Like, I love this trade. And then I literally just watched this like beautiful trade play out. I would have made probably around $500 in each of my accounts this trade. And so I execute my trades in TradingView through Trade of 8. And in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have just gone to Trade of 8 directly, like Trade of 8's website, and executed the trades on there. But I didn't think about that, and I also felt like I was already just like, as it was happening, I was missing it. So I did keep this as, what my A plus setup would have been on this day. This actually probably ran for like a 3R, and this was a super nice trade. I did still end up taking a winner, but because honestly, Trade of 8 ended up coming back online like around here, and I wasn't trying to chase. And I even told myself, I was like, you know what? That happened. I'm not going to jump in. I'm not going to FOMO into a trade, because that is how you blow accounts. That's how I go on tilt. So I just wanted to be patient, wait for a pullback down to this VWAP, and then potentially take a trade. And I honestly, after this happened, I was like, you know what? I am totally okay staying flat if I need to. but I actually waited and I was patient, and you can see this was the move that I missed, but I waited. I was kind of just watching the charts. I was seeing that it was I marked out this pivot right here. This was kind of a key pivot for me that I was watching literally for like an hour, and then it broke below it. It was kind of breaking below, but also respecting that blue VWAP. Like, look at this price action. Like, this is like I love to see this, because I was just waiting for the break to the next leg higher. And what I was waiting for is I was waiting for a close above the purple VWAP, again targeting this here. And so you can see it finally happened, closed above. I entered immediately. I felt great about this entry. I was like, hell yeah, like screw that, I missed it, but I felt great about this trade, win or loss. Had my stop loss below all this that I was respecting, targeted a 1.5R, and that was a beautiful trade to end the week. As you can see, I made about 1K across 4 different funded accounts, about 280 in each. But yeah, so but I think Friday was just a great lesson of just patience. And if you miss something, it's okay. The market always comes back. You want to let your trades come to you. You don't want to be constantly FOMOing in and just kind of like, entering, had I entered here, like I would have caught some of the move, but again, this could have been a way bigger correction, so like you just never know, and it just pays to be patient and let the trades come to you. Like nowadays, like this trade, when I entered it, I was like, bro, this is a winning trade. P&L aside, like if I make money on this trade or not, this is a winning trade because this is a great setup. I would take this trade every single time that it presents itself. But yeah, so those are the trades that I took. I only took 3 trades this week because of all my shenanigans that was happening with my computer. But yeah, so like I said before, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to take this payout right now, pay myself. So before I take the payout, I want to talk a little bit about building a buffer in an account. So I originally was going to take anything above $3,000. So anything above 53K, I was going to pull out. So that was giving me a nice $3,000 buffer. But honestly, like 2,000 is, I risk $200 per trade. So that's 10 losing trades in a row for me to blow the account. And that has never happened for me. And honestly, I think $2,000 is a lot of drawdown to work with, and it's a lot of wiggle room still if I'm respecting my $200 daily loss limits, which I do. So I kind of was like, you know what? I could take this $1,100 out. I could use it for bills, for things that I want to buy, things just to live. So like, why not pay myself, right? As opposed to having just even a bigger buffer. And I think because I've shown myself that I can take payouts and do these things, like I think paying myself is important too, because it's going to build your confidence. It's going to be like, okay, I can do this. I can make money from this. I can actually see the money hitting my account, because making the money in these funded accounts and these sim accounts is cool. Like, oh yeah, and you see a lot of traders flexing that, oh, I made 10 grand today, but it's like, yeah, you made that across 10 accounts and you're not even withdrawing that. So to actually take payouts builds your confidence as a trader. So anytime that you can pay yourself, do it. Do it. And again, I could take out a $2,000 payout. I am eligible to take out $2,000 of that, but then that would leave me with only $1,000 of drawdown, and that I could easily blow, right? All these accounts, these 2 accounts, these were $800 to $1,000 away from being blown. So if I had only $1,000 of drawdown, I would have blown those accounts. So that's why 2K of drawdown is great for me. And there might be a time where I go on a 10-day losing streak and blow all of my accounts, and that is just part of the game. But knowing that I paid myself $1,100 from this account, that makes those losses that might eventually come a little bit easier to stomach, because I paid myself first. So always pay yourself first. But let's do it. So I'm in Apex dashboard here. you can see I got 2 active evals, I got 5 active funded accounts, which is cool because my goal was originally at the end of the summer to have 5 funded Apex accounts, and I'm about a month out and I already have 5. So it's pretty. Or I'm like a month and a half away from that goal. So my goal by the end of the summer was to have 5 funded accounts. It's July. I'm well above that goal. Oh my god, I can't talk. You know what I mean. All right, so let's go into payout here. Actually, I think we go into here. Active PAs. We'll go into, this is the account that I have 53K in. We'll go into payout here. As you can see, I am eligible for a payout. The account is active, 8 trading days, 5 of those days with 50 plus profit. Consistency rule, no single day exceeds 30% of total profit. Minimum payout balance, valid payout information, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and you can see I've been eligible for a payout for some time in this account. So let's do it. I like round numbers, so I'm gonna take out 1186. I mean even numbers for like the account. So when I take this payout, my account will be at 52K flat, 52,099 cents or whatever, right? Boom, submit. Okay. That's it. Done. And so the thing about Apex is, so I'm going to get an email here basically being like, your payout request has been submitted. And I will say the thing about Apex versus other prop firms is that the payouts do take a little bit longer to hit your account. So there are other prop firms like Tradeify or Top 1 Futures. The payout will hit your account like basically instantly, which is super cool. That's honestly, it's really just the one thing about Apex that I think that they could improve on is their payout speed. So it takes a little bit for the payout request to get accepted, and then it does take a little bit for that account, for it to hit your actual account. Honestly, it can take anywhere from like a week or honestly 2 weeks sometimes. But honestly, like, it doesn't really bother me all that much because I know that money is coming in, and no, it's not instant, but like trading, it's not instant. So it kind of just flexes that patience muscle a little bit more for me, and I don't mind waiting like, 2 weeks to get my payouts. I really don't. It doesn't really bother me all that much, especially because Apex, they keep you informed with everything that's happening with your payout, right? So like, they'll send you an email being like, your payout request has been submitted, your payout request has been approved, your payout money has been sent. Wait for it to hit your account, and then you'll get it delivered, right? So it just takes a little bit longer, but again, like, I really like Apex. I think their accounts are super great for beginners, and it's very like low barrier to entry. Their accounts are very cheap, very affordable. So that's why I like Apex. And yeah, you can see I have 4 approved payouts for them. A lot of people talk about how they deny a lot of payouts and stuff like that. But again, because of this thing that they added, like, they don't deny payouts anymore because, actually, let me go to the dashboard. They don't deny payouts anymore because you're not even able to request payouts from accounts if you're not past all the rules. So as long as you're passing all the rules, you can request a payout and it's going to get approved. So you can see, like, I can't even request this payout. So this is in beta here, this like showing you all the rules and this stuff, but it's honestly made it super nice because I think in the past, this didn't exist. So you would request a payout and they would deny you, being like, hey, your consistency rule wasn't met, your minimum trading days wasn't met. So like all these things, that's no longer an issue because of this sort of checklist that they have here. But yeah, man, so that is the week of July 13th to the 17th. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Feel free to like and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.